Okay, welcome all. Welcome all to online guided meditation session. So thank you for joining us today this evening. Today for meditation, our topic will be communicating with feelings, right? So we all are very familiar with communicating through words, and we all agree that it's definitely quick to communicate with words that way, but sometimes using too many words breaks the silence inside. As spiritual beings, uh, we are actually designed to remain in silence for most of the times, but speaking too many words often also results in wastage of the mental energy. So, in some scenarios, it is also seen that uh, we repent about what we said to other person, as we are not sure how the other person is interpreting it, and this sometimes also causes stress. So we are constantly thinking what kind of thoughts other people might have about myself because of the way I spoke with them. So, but in spirituality, we can actually communicate with others in a much deeper level. It's possible to understand the feelings and emotions of other soul that needs, but it just needs me to step into silence. So the lesser I can speak, the more I will be there to absorb. I will be there to listen. And this is extremely crucial because if you want to discern what exactly the other soul is needing at that time, maybe just talking might not help, but to just reflect from deeply inside what is this which the other soul needs at that moment. So it's important to understand that. Maybe sometimes other souls need just love and support. Maybe if I can provide them that would be beneficial. Or maybe sometimes they just want to share with someone who can listen to them. So at that time, I just have to be in the listening mode. Or maybe sometimes one who can appreciate them. So maybe I have to see what exactly is needed for that situation. So, or maybe sometimes I have to just give them good lot of regard or lot of respect. So doing this will not only help me to be a good communicator, but also to be a good listener, right? Uh, so in today's meditation, we shall focus on practicing silence. And silence is extremely crucial for soul's health. The more I stay in silence, the more I am restoring my original nature. And when I when I try to communicate with other souls from that place of silence, I can understand their feelings better. I can understand their emotions better. And my communications will also be fruitful. So let's begin today's session. To begin with, sit straight and let your body relax. Start by inhaling and exhaling air. Take nice and long deep breaths. Let the air flow through every cell of your body and let the unwanted air go out in this process of inhaling and exhaling. Just breathe freely, deeply, take nice and long deep breaths. And this process of inhaling and exhaling sustains life of the bodies, life of plants. This is a beautiful relationship. between humans and plants. So we take the oxygen which plant releases and we give out carbon dioxide which the plant needs. Now withdraw your focus from your breath or anything external and bring your attention to your inner being. And within every one of us, there is a being. And it is often called in Raja Yoga as soul. The soul is the master of this body. So look at yourself as this little tiny being of light. You, the soul, you are an ocean of peace. Peace is the intrinsic quality of the soul. And as soul, you are extremely subtle. You are so tiny, a tiny point of light. You are so tiny. It's like just like a mustard seed. When you look at a mustard seed, it's so tiny. The soul is even tinier than that. And the place where you are sitting in your body is the center of forehead. That's your little chair. And from here, the soul, meaning you, the master, you give the instructions to your brain, and your brain starts communicating with the body. Come into this powerful awareness of soul consciousness. Now train your mind to be in this state of silence for a moment. So we'll take a minute of silence and we will stay in this powerful soul conscious stage. I, the soul, am the master of this body and I am ocean of peace. Now, as a soul, I train my subtle sense organ, mind. I train my mind to remain silent. I give it the food of elevated thoughts. So let's practice this together. Sustaining our mind with the elevated thoughts. I, the soul, am a being of deep peace. Peace is in my every breath, in my every thought, in my every word, and in my every action. I, the soul, am a being of deep peace. Peace is in my every breath, every thought, every word, and in every action. I deeply believe this. That I am a peaceful being, and peace is in my every breath, every thought, every word, and in every action. I, the spiritual being, I connect to my spiritual parent, the Supreme Soul, who is extremely sweet and extremely peaceful. And doing this opens my intellect to accept the divine energy. I, the spiritual being, connect with my spiritual parent, Supreme Soul, who is extremely sweet and extremely peaceful. And doing this opens my intellect to accept the divine energy. As this divine energy penetrates in my consciousness, I start to feel light, as if all the burdens are lifted. I start to feel freedom from inside. Because I am assured that Supreme Being is going to take care of me. Now I, the soul, when I communicate with someone, I train my mind to listen more rather than to speak more or to speak impulsively. And in silence, from the point of silence, I can communicate with them even better in very few words. I, the soul, I train my mind when communicating with others to listen more and to speak less. This will help me to avoid speaking impulsively and have less worries later. And before even starting the communication, or before even opening up a communication channel with other soul, I start to notice their energy field, feelings, and emotions, so that I can speak more accurately and more precisely. And that helps me to stay in silence more. So before I start to communicate with a soul, I notice my energy field and their energy field, feelings and emotions, so that I can speak more accurately and more precisely. I train my mind to do this so that I can experience more silence. I train my mind to always create positive thoughts about myself and about others, even when others are not good to me. I step back. I realize that the other soul is in pain. So at this time, I switch myself to a merciful mode and stay in silence and send out the healing energy to the other soul. I train my mind to always create positive thoughts about myself and about others, even when others are not good to me. I step back. I realize that the other soul is in pain. So at this time, I switch myself to the merciful mode and send the healing energy to the other soul. I train my mind to go into expansion of an elevated thought. And this activity of going into expansion of an elevated thought. It is like a spiritual exercise to the muscle of the mind. And to do this, I just have to keep expanding positive thoughts. For example, I might have a thought about the world, that this entire world is my family. Now I can expand on this thought that we are all united and there is unity in our thoughts. We respect each other. We help each other. We give regard to each other. And so, like this, I just have to take one thought, one positive thought, or one elevated thought, and I just have to go into expansion of that thought. The more I can expand it, the more I can expand these elevated thoughts, the more I can experience super sensuous joy. And this will train my muscles of the mind to become focused. And this focus helps me to do anything in a very less amount of time. So I train my mind to go into expansion of the elevated thoughts. And I do this spiritual drill or spiritual exercise few times in the day, or as many times as I can do. Maybe once in every 1 hour, 1 minute in every 1 hour. That will help my mind to slow down and to remain in silence. The greater I can create these elevated thoughts, the greater I can experience the silence. So next time when I speak with someone, I step back, I go into the deep place of silence, and then I discern what is that this soul needs at this time. I understand their feelings, I understand their energy, and I speak more accurately and more precisely. Om Shanti. I am peace.